Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Debsy and place to be. It's Debsy. Boop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and it's Wednesday. I hope everybody is having a good week. I was at odds as to whether or not I was gonna make this video today. It has not been a great day. I've been crying a lot of the day, but I spent half the day doing that, and then I decided to just move around, get up, have some water, and move on. And not move on, but just make the video, because if I found there's some things in life that do make me happy, and making videos for you guys and talking about reality TV and just ranting snarkily about reality TV, it makes me happy. So that's what we're gonna do. We have a little bit of water left over, so let's get into it. Last night I watched, this morning I watched Real Housewives of New York. We're going to get into it. Okay, so right off the bat, Aaron and Abe, we find out they took a trip down to Mexico. So they're talking to a guy down there, and he's like, hey, mezcal, let's introduce you to mezcal. So they, of course, took this mezcal, and they, of course, are going to profit off of the Mexican mezcal. So they, as it turns out, they have this company. They are going to now be the exclusive mezcal provider for MetLife Stadium. If anybody knows what mezcal is in the comments, let me know. I know it is, I know it's alcohol. So, and I didn't know that a lot of stadiums had mezcal. I mean, usually when I go to the stadium, if I get any drink, if it's to a baseball game, then it is a beer and hot dog. And if it is a Penguins game, then I probably wouldn't even get alcohol there. So that's what I know, but they're making some bank off of that. So also Jenna, they talk about Jenna. She says Jenna's been texting her, like Jenna's been texting her on the regs now. But despite that, it's gonna take a little bit of time for things to get back to 100% normal, like the way they were with Jenna. Okay, so Jessel and her mom, they meet up for manicures. I'm gonna say one of the best decisions Jessel ever made was to tell her mom about IVF, because now she actually has someone that she can vent to, that she can talk to about it. Because as we find out, as we've seen before, Pavitt wants none of this. Anytime she brings it up to him, it's, oh yeah, we'll talk about it later. And they never do. So it's a great thing. It's a very good thing, I think, that she did bring this up to her mom. And then she says that she would like for her and Pavitt to go get therapy, because they really got to work on their communication. Both Pavitt and her mom think of therapy in the same way. They think it's useless. It's not necessary. But listen, Pavitt, I'm going to tell you this. You need to go. He ain't gonna see this, so it's not like I'm talking directly to him. I think you should really go, because this is something that, I don't know, this whole thing of not communicating with her and not even hearing her out when she wants to talk about possibly having another kid, that could be something that could weaken your marriage. I'm just saying. Okay, 3 of the ladies meet up for lunch. Raquel, every time I say Raquel, I can't help but think Rachel, and I like this Raquel, but Raquel, Uba, and Sai, they meet up for lunch. Raquel opens up about like her divorce and how she publicly handled it and her relationship with Mel. She opened up after Cy was like, oh, look what I got. And there was some kind of like story, some headline from maybe Us Weekly or something like that about a Jenna and Cass, Jenna's engagement to Cass. And Raquel had opened up about like her whole marriage and her divorce and Mel. And I completely can understand maybe why Jenna isn't talking about it, because Mel had said that she really didn't publicize her divorce because her business in the art world and her marriage were like so intertwined. And when people did then find out about her being with Mel, people who had supported her, suddenly when they would see her out with Mel, they would just kind of like look and then walk away. And she's saying because in the art world, you gravitate towards who's going to make you the most money. Listen, I'm going to tell you what. It's just shitty. This is shitty, but that's America. I can understand, like I said, I can understand now why Jenna wouldn't want to publicize her engagement to Cass. I also think she's not really publicizing it that much because she's an introvert. She's not a very public person, despite the fact that she's on a reality TV show. Okay, so Jessel and Pavitt, they do lunch so that she can talk to him about therapy. I got a feeling this is not going to go well at all. So right off the bat, when they sit down, the first thing that pissed me clean off was they sat down and she was like, are we going to get what kind of vegetable? I don't know. We're not getting a vegetable. And then she wanted something else. No, we're not getting that. How are you deciding what I'm getting, what I want to eat? I would have been like, listen, well, all I want then is vegetables and this other thing. And that's it. Screw you. That started right off. And then we come find out he hasn't even gotten her a birthday gift or even a Valentine's Day present. Now listen, I'm going to tell you, Valentine's Day for me personally, I feel like it is a made up holiday. Listen, it's a way for florists to charge jacked up prices on roses. So I've never liked Valentine's Day, but her birthday? Ugh. The woman who went through countless IVF cycles and gave birth to your kids, you can't even get her a damn birthday gift? No. And then a few other things had happened, and she was like, I question where I stand on his list of priorities. I don't think she stands very high on his list of priorities. Now, this might not have been, what was that? Wow. This might not have been the day to watch this scene, because the rage that I had in me while I was watching this scene was through the roof. Completely dismissive of her. Absolutely, completely dismissive of her. She's like, we're going to talk about having another child. There's no discussion. We're not. Oh, so you're the only one that gets to decide. Okay? You're the only one that gets to decide. You're the only one in this marriage. No. That. And then she's like, okay, so what about, and the whole time she was talking, he was too worried about taking a picture of the chicken and this and that and this and that because he's a food vlogger now. I take back what I said before. I wouldn't watch a food vlog with him. I wouldn't watch anything with him because he's being a class A douche canoe right now. Douche canoe. So she brings up, she's like, I really think that we need to get some therapy. Well, how much is it going to cost? Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. That was too expensive. He can find somebody else. What are you going to do? Are you going to get some dude on Groupon that you found, or some therapist from Groupon, or a therapist that you found whose number you found on the door of the bathroom stall at Carol's Bun? Is that what you're going to do? He doesn't want to do it because it's expensive. Well, eventually the alternative would be a divorce because he thinks it's a joke. He's here thinking that it's a damn joke. He's more interested in this chicken and taking pictures of this chicken. He don't give a shit about you. Jessel, you're not going to watch this. You're not going to see this. He don't give a shit about you. You need to make some plans. You need to eventually get out of this marriage because he don't give a shit about you. This man was better as friends. You should have stayed as roommates. You should have just stayed as friends. I'm shaking this up. This is some, what's it called? Firesider. I ordered this from TikTok, and it's like a cider. What does it have in it? Matriarch Medicines is an all-natural family-owned apothecary. It's female-owned. I got it on TikTok, and it's supposed to help with your gut. I don't know where that came from, but I just started shaking it, and I don't want you people thinking I was doing something, like obscene because I'm down here going, it's this. I'm shaking this up because it has the mother in it. Okay. Back to this. So he says, she's like, okay, so I will arrange that. No, don't. I'll arrange it. I will. She's like, no, I'm going to do it. No, I will arrange it. I guarantee you, he is not going to be arranging nothing. And if he does, once again, he's going to go to he's going to find some janky therapist that he found on a bathroom wall and the restroom at Carol's Buns is what he's going to do. So I've written right here, F the patriarchy, man, F it. So, okay, let's move on to Mel and Raquel. They go to an art gallery, and here's another reason why I'm really enjoying Mel. Mel is the voice of reason, but Mel, listen, this is how I would be. I would go to the art show, but as soon as they mentioned snacks, that would be my main reason for going. Snacks. I know, doesn't that not look appetizing? But it's supposed to be good for you. So I'm going to say this right now, justice for Mel, because Raquel was talking about everything that had happened with her. Like whenever Raquel was in the middle of getting a divorce, the press put the divorce out there on Front Street, and then the misinformation immediately started. There were rumors, and everybody is blaming Raquel, saying she cheated with Mel. So then the shit comes down on Mel. She's caught in the crosshairs of everything. And I felt terrible for Mel. But listen, good for them. They're actually announcing and celebrating their engagement. That takes a lot of bravery. It takes a lot of courage. So good for you. But then she was also talking, Mel had said, did you talk to your mom or something like that? And Raquel was like, I did not. I didn't tell her about the engagement. Her mom lives in Puerto Rico, and she had said when she was married to her husband, everything was great. And then they divorced. And then as soon as she had come out to her mother, she was like, that, I don't know that that's such a great thing. You know, women get jealous and this and that. And since she started dating Mel, she really hasn't talked to her. They haven't talked at all, which is absolutely heartbreaking and sad because, you know, she doesn't have a relationship with her father. And it seemed like really the only person that she had was her mother. And now she doesn't have that. I think it's heartbreaking. It's just, that's your kid. Like that is your child. Regardless of who your child chooses to love, if it's a boy loving a boy or a girl loving a girl, who cares? At the end of the day, that's your child. That's a part of you. I think that's heartbreaking. My heart broke for her. I thought that was so terrible. Okay, so Erin's party. It's a Cinco de Mayo because, of course, you're celebrating profiting off of Americans on Cinco de Mayo because, of course, as an American, for you, it's probably Cinco de Mayo is just, you know, a day to drink and get drunk. So sure. Why not have this big party for your mezcal? Okay. And once again, also stir that pot, Erin, stir that pot, because she made sure that she told Uba and Sai about, you know, what Bryn was saying. So she had to stir that pot. But for real though, listen, Sai is right. If Bryn has an issue with her, then she should talk to her about it. I mean, that's what Sai tried to do with Bryn. Remember? She sat down, they were going to have a talk up in the Hamptons, and then Bryn just got everything out, and she was like, okay, we're done. Is everything cool? So, you know, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say, Sai this season, I'm not hating her. Sai was honestly, between Sai and Erin last season, they were my least favorite. But I'm just going to, uh-oh, what's that floating in it? Oh, is this bad? No, I don't think this is bad. I think that's just the mother. Oh, okay. So, what was I saying? Yeah, last year, Sai and Erin were two of my least favorites, with Erin probably being my least favorite. I don't know. It was tough. But Sai, since she's gone to therapy and she's gotten a little better, I'm not completely hating her this year. She's kind of okay. I'm kind of enjoying her this season. Okay. So, Bryn comes in. Oh, and earlier, what did I miss? Oh, I had missed that Bryn had FaceTime. When Bryn was FaceTiming her brother Darius, it turns out she's working on a dating app. I don't know why I thought it was called Riz. It's not called Riz. I could be wrong. I know I'm wrong. She said that things have gotten worse for her in the group between her and Uba and Sai. She's like, I don't know why they're hating me so much for what I did. I don't know why they're hating me so much. Why do they hate me so much? Listen, I wish she would just take accountability for like the fact that she has done some shit wrong. I don't feel like they hate her. They hate the way that she acts. They don't hate her. They just hate the way she acts. So her brother was saying, be the bigger person. And she's like, oh yes, you're right, I will. So she walks in, and so much for Bryn being a bigger person, because Sai says hello, and she kind of just brushes her off and walks away. Listen, in the comments, don't tell me in the comments this dude isn't creepy, but Aaron's father, he's creepy. He just is. He is just creepy. That's just it. He gives me the immediate ick. And on that whole line of the ick, Bryn, Bryn flirting with him. No. That's not cool. You're openly flirting with your friend's father, who's, by the way, Aaron's mom was there. And thank God she's feeling a little better. She was able to go to this party. Good for her. But then she has to see her ex-husband. She has to see her ex-husband flirting it up with a friend of your daughter's. I don't know. I thought that was creepy. I thought that was gross. So Jessel asks Uba if she had talked to Bryn yet. Uba was like, no, I don't want to. I absolutely don't want to. And Uba says to Jessel, well, listen, speaking of Bryn, I heard she's talking some mad shit about us, about me, about Sai. And just at that point, then Bryn comes over, and Uba then also once again brings up the fact that Bryn was talking shit, and then they just laugh it off. Well, it was no big deal. Oh, you're making too much of it. It wasn't any big deal. Ah, ha, ha, ha. And even Aaron, was Aaron there? I think Aaron was there, and they were all like, oh, you're making such a big deal about it. Jess was, oh, it's so funny. No. How is it? Now listen, if Bryn was talking shit on you, would you like it? It wouldn't be okay then. Oh, it would not be okay then, but everybody's okay. Everybody's okay with her talking shit about someone else, but not you. And Sai don't trust her, which I don't blame her. Sai doesn't trust her. And then Uba calls Jessel basic bitch. And she says, hey, if she weren't a basic bitch, then she would have told her that her friend was talking shit about her. And they were all upset with, I'm not a basic bitch. I'm not girl. Goodbye. So, but then everybody, like I said, everybody laughs it off, and it's so funny and hilarious. So everybody says they're okay. Everybody's okay. So they say. And then there's a little toast or a little speech from Erin and her partners. Who was one of her partners? One of her partners. Remember when she said that when the question came up in the Hamptons of, have you ever slept with somebody that you work with? And Erin had said, I slept with a business partner back in the day. I think she said that I went to high school with. Guess. Yep, it's one of the people that she is in on this mezcal brand for, right? Oh, and I completely forgot. Earlier, when Bryn was flirting it up with Aaron's daddy. Seriously, when Sai was like, if you don't want people to think that you have a sugar daddy, maybe just stop doing that. Because if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, So yeah, now next week looks like it might be juicy. I hope so, because some of these have been a little bland for my tasting. We need some seasoning on there. But next week, we're gonna find out someone got pregnant by somebody else. So we'll figure that out. We're gonna find that out. So I'm going to skedaddle because, tearing up the notes, because the Golden Bachelorette, the Men Tell All, the Golden Bachelorette is on, and also the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm thinking, I don't know which one I'm going to watch tonight, but I shall watch one of them tonight. And if not, then I will watch both of them tomorrow. Something's going to happen tonight. I'm going to watch something. So, okay, guys. There probably is not going to be a, motivational mornings tomorrow. I did not type anything up, and I didn't type anything up. So, you may or may not get one from me tomorrow. There's a possibility that you might not. So, listen, we can get through it. We can get through it. We're going to be, as Jelly Roll would say, I'm not okay, but it's all going to be all right. So, I will, in the comments, let me know if you watched. And if nobody told you yet today, you are loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, and understanding out there. Please, let's take care of one another. We desperately need it. And also, a few things: be aware of your surroundings, be safe, hydrate often with water, and if you're in a dangerous situation, be it weather related or not, please make sure that you are mindful, aware, smart, and safe. And know that Dolly and I are sending our love, prayers, thoughts, and all the positive energy that you need. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.